Hello everyone, Sheila back again, welcome to my channel. And as you can all see, I finally finished my sweater. I still had a few rows to do on the sleeve this morning. And as soon as I'd finished what I had to do this morning, my housework and that, I picked it up and I finished off the sleeves. The back and the front were already stitched. I'd already stitched the shoulders and stitched down the side seams. So I just had to sew up the seams on both the sleeves and then set the sleeves in. But I had to set them in, make sure I set them in the right place because I need the back larger than the front, and I had to bring the front around, the back around to match the front. So when I set the sleeves in, don't know whether you can tell there, but that's the seam down there for the front, but the sleeves seem to set further back to make up for that extra bit that come round the front. But anyway, I've got just a little bit video to show you what it actually looks like. The full sweater on me. I am modelling it for you. Well everyone, this is how my sweater turned out. It's all finished. You can see you can't tell where the seams come further forward from the back. So I will be wearing it for bingo tonight. And like I said in that little video, I will be wearing it for bingo tonight. As you can see, I'm wearing it now. It's 4:30 now. It's took me till about 3 o'clock to finish this off. And then I had one or two other things to do. There's a lady called Jane. She was a lady that I did that pattern for, that little all-in-one cardigan that you worked from the fronts and worked down the back. I worked that pattern out for her. She messaged me an email. I haven't answered her email, so if you're watching this, Jane, she asked me about if I would do a tutorial for how to make bubbles. And you know, it's a lot of years since I've ever done anything like that. I haven't done anything like that lately. I had to rack my brain actually think how I did it. But Jane had also sent me the instructions for a baby blanket she's doing. It's got little feet on and the little bubbles off of where the toes are. So the instructions were on there, so I looked on the instructions. Oh yes, that's how I used to do it, man. So I am going to do a tutorial, and I'll put that down in a minute. I did a little bit, just to test my memory without looking at the instructions. And the way I did it is the way the instructions on the pattern tells you to do it. But I think Michelle, who does All You Knit Is Love, I think she's the one that should be doing this tutorial, because I've seen her doing them on one or two cardigans. So if you're watching this, Michelle, I think you want to do a tutorial as well on your channel to show you've got some of my subscribers and some of your own subscribers how to do this, because I looked. I don't know whether Michelle does it the same way I'm going to show you. I will be doing a tutorial. It will be on my Sheila's Just Knitting channel. But when I did this, I more or less just knit. You knit in to make the bubble you call it, or whatever you call it. You just knit. I think I knit 6 times into one stitch. Went into one stitch doing knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, and then passed the first The second stitch over the first stitch and the third stitch over the net over that stitch and so on till you had only one stitch left. That was how I did it. That was how I've always done it. I would probably do smaller ones, where you don't have so many stitches. Maybe it's only knit three times into the stitch, or 4 times into the stitch, or 5 times into the stitch. Just a little one of the little bobbles for the little feet, probably for the big toe, is 6 stitches into the one stitch. Now I went online, I thought onto YouTube, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look to see how others have done this, just for curiosity. And I could not find a very simple video tutorial how to do this stitch. I think I actually did find one that did it the actual way I've done it. All the rest of them were doing knitting into the stitch, making so many stitches, turning around and knitting again and turning around and knitting again and turning around. They were doing about 4 rows on that bobble thing. Don't know whether it's just me, but I'll always, if there's an easy way to do something, I will do it that way. If it looks exactly the same afterwards. I don't know whether those tutorials I did see were for doing wanted very large bubbles or what, but I'll stick with my own way of doing things. But I would probably do a tutorial tomorrow. I haven't got time today because I've got to sort something out for my tea and that, and I'll be going out for bingo later. So anyway, that was enough about that. And I have started on one of the fronts. I've just started on this. This is 20-inch. I've just started on the left front on it, and I'm going to do the left front first, and then one of the sleeves, and then work out how to keep the stripes to match. It'll not be the same as the back because naturally the front and the sleeves are narrower. But I thought I'll do one front and one sleeve first, and then work out with what was left on to make sure that the two fronts match, because I like the stripes matching on these sort of things. I don't like them all just anyway. I know that's what the wool's supposed to be for, like that, but I don't like them like that. They just do not look tidy. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do, a bit of this. Before I do my tea. But as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I think I've been that busy trying to finish this sweater off today and all that. I've been forgetting about my cups of tea. I think I've only had one since breakfast this morning after my breakfast. No, I would have had a drink. I had just a glass of orange juice with my lunch. But I usually have lots more cups of tea. But I was that intent on doing this and not really knowing, how the time was passing. That's the way knitting gets you. Whoops, I nearly hit myself with that needle there. That's how knitting gets you sometimes. You get really interested in something, and anyway, if I get this finished, I'll have a 22 to do. And I'm going to do that one, I think maybe straight after this one, because I want to get the pattern finished so I can get it out and get it out to sell. And then I'll just work on the rest of what I have to do after that. But I have one cardigan for myself that I've been started knitting. I'm going to start doing that, so I'll be doing that again like I was doing this one from about 10 o'clock at night until I go to bed to get that one finished. And then I'm going to start knitting sweaters for me, because after putting this sweater on and seeing how nice and it's not tight around the hips, but it fits better. All the other ones I've got have all gone baggy round. The ribs just do not stay in tight on them. In fact, I thought about the last one I made, the lemon one. I thought about putting some elastic thread through the the bottom because that one went very baggy down the bottom of the rib. So I don't know what this one will go like after it's washed. Was knit with James C. Brett's, one of those brand wool. I think it was one of the lot that Derek sent to me. So if you're watching, Derek, I finally finished. That's the second sweater I've done out of the wool you sent me. I've got lots more to do because you sent me an awful lot. So anyway, I'm going to get up and make myself a cup of tea. But it'll be with my tea. I want my tea. It's 4:30 now, and I want to. Well, it's just after 4:30, and now I want to get my tea sorted and everything else sorted before I go to bingo tonight. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. So bye for now.